PGA Sports and the Korn Ferry Tour bring you the best young talent in the world of golf. From Bandon Dunes on the central coast of Oregon, it's live final round coverage of the regular season finale, the Oregon Championship. It is the great challenge that all these golfers face, trying to string 4 solid rounds together, trying to best Mother Nature and this course, and trying to beat the entire field as we check the leaderboard. Our leader is indeed our featured golfer. It has been a textbook performance to this point. And that will be in the fairway. So a solid start here on this Sunday. This has really been fun to watch, the evolution, the growth of an outstanding young player. And Noda now with a chance to win 2 in a row on the Korn Ferry Tour. What have you seen as you've watched the last couple of tournaments?
Well, winning in consecutive weeks is about as common as seeing a $2 bill, which is you don't see it very often. And in this particular case, can the confidence garnered from that first win carry on to a second?
And now down to a man who knows a little bit about this golf course, Noda Begay, with a look here at the birdie putt.
Yeah, really not a whole lot in this. Maybe just started around the left edge, but it's fairly flat all the way.
Oh, that's good touch right there. Safely in. It's a par here at the first. And he'll be unable to take that score any further under par. He'll stay right where he is. On now to the second here at Bandon Dunes. A long par 3 coming in at 220 yards. And it is every bit of those 220 as well, as it can play up to 30 feet uphill depending on the tee box. Fortunately, shots that run long do have a tendency to funnel back down. That one safely on the putting surface. Here we go. This one for birdie. Good job to deaden it right by the hole, but he could not get it to go in. That finished off for par here with the second, and he'll remain well under par. On to our first par 5 of the round, the 563-yard third hole. Bunkers dot the fairway on each side, and they're penal. But if you can avoid those, you'll find a wide, receptive green that will yield its share of 3s and 4s. Driving's been sensational all week, and here's another one that's going to set up nicely in the fairway. got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Hole in 2 on the par 5. Knocked this one in, and that will have been a perfectly played hole with 2 superb shots to this point. That is a disappointment inside of 10 feet to not be able to get that one down. Yeah, no sweat. It is a birdie here at the 3rd. That's going to move him to, you ready for this? 32 under. Next up, we reach the par 4 4th, measuring out at 443 yards. The bunker left of the fairway complicates things a bit, and it is easy to run a tee shot right through the fairway. But if you do wind up in the short grass, the approach shot is one of the most panoramic in golf. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. He'll be factoring in this breeze in his face as he sets for a second.
Well, this is straight at it. It's a really good line. PGA Tour, Korn Ferry Tour, I don't care. That is a great shot.
Let's see if he can knock this in. It's for birdie. Oh, good run going here early. This is birdies at 3 and 4. And he's going to move to 33 under par. On now to the number 1 handicap hole on the course. That is the 445-yard par 4 5th. This one plays right along the bluffs of the Pacific. Keeping it straight here is the big key because trouble lurks on either side if your tee shot or your approach are wayward. Driving's been sensational all week, and here's another one that's going to set up nicely in the fairway. So after that bomb of a drive, this is second to the par 4. Yep, played that nicely. That'll work out just fine. 10-foot putt left. Yes, a good read. It's a birdie here at 5. And that's going to get him to minus 34. The second par 3 of this front side, another long one, this 6th hole measuring out at 217 yards. That voice in your head will be telling you, don't go left, because if you do, you'll be down the cliff and onto the beach here by 5 Mile Point. All right, you don't have to catch it on the middle of the face every time. That's on the middle of the dance floor, and a birdie putt coming up. We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
This has a little bit of uphill to it, working back to the right at the end.
Sensational, what a putt there from a long way out. That somehow goes down for a birdie. And he's going to move to minus 35 for the tournament. We head away from the coast now, due east as we come to the par 4 7. A big wide fairway should make the tee shot manageable, but from there, this 3-tiered clover-shaped green provides a lot of opportunities for... That is poetry in motion right there. What a golf swing, and a big drive as well. So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away. Okay, that's acceptable there. There's another one. It's 5 birdies in a row. And he is just unstoppable right now. The 8th hole here at Bandon takes us back toward the ocean. It's a par 4 at 385 yards, so it's not a long one. If you can successfully navigate or bomb it over those 2 fairway bunkers, you could leave yourself with not much more than 50 yards or so for your approach. Tell you what, the game's just coming easy right about now. 5 straight birdies on the card and another beautiful tee shot here. So not a whole lot left to go here as he'll set up his second for this par 4. Okay, not too bad there. Chance now for another birdie. I mean, this is just becoming too easy now. That a 6th consecutive birdie. And he just continues to impress, moving to 37 under par. On now to the finishing hole here on Bandon Dunes' front side, the par 5 9th. It's the longest on the course, measuring out at 585 yards. You'll find a handful of pot bunkers in the inopportune spots along the way. But if you can navigate your way around them, you just might wind up with a birdie putt. It all looks so simple when you're going good, doesn't it? And that is yet another solid drive. Well, that one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Another thunderbolt right there. What a putt. He can't seem to do anything wrong in this round. Wow. We begin the back 9 here at Bandon Dunes with a par 4 measuring out at 380 yards. It's yet another hole where that blue ocean catches your eye in the distance beyond. This hole, fairly straightforward, but big hitters should take note of that pot bunker that sits about 30 yards short of the green. That one looking a little right.
Really starting to make a hard game look easy. Drive after drive has been superb. And this one, well, as we like to say, is in the mayor's office.
The big drive got him here. Now a short one for his second. Now this for another birdie. Yes, a good roll there. That's in for birdie. And stop the presses if you've heard this before. He's well on his way to yet another victory on the year. The 11th here at Bandon Dunes at 452 yards, a par 4. The putt bunker left of the fairway is the main concern on the tee shot. From there, an uphill second takes you to a green that slopes away and back. I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect and a good result as well. Breeze at his back shoulder as he lines up his second from the fairway.
That's a decent-sized green. It's not bad, just a little past the hole.
11 feet away. Yeah, not quite enough pace, but that's pretty good. So that brushed in for a par here at 11. And pars are fine at this point with this tournament well in hand. They make their par 3s long here at Bandon Dunes. This one, the 12th, measures out at 238 yards. This one at least is slightly downhill. Areas of concern include that putt bunker short and left, and then the thicker stuff that comes into play if you knock it over the back. And that will miss off to the left and wind up in the short grass. A little short-sided here, left of the green for his second.
Good chance to save par after that beautiful flop shot. Looked in trouble there at one stage.
Okay, safely in for his par. He's going to maintain that substantial lead. We come now to the 13th, a 553-yard par 5. This hole reachable in 2. You may need to get lucky, though, on your drive, as rolling dunes could leave you with an uphill flyer lie or a tough downhill shot to contend with.
He gets a little lucky there and even bounces back into the fairway.
What a good shot that is. Home and 2 on the par 5. Remember, made eagle earlier in the round, Frank? Now maybe a chance for a second.
I know we can't call it a double eagle, but talk about aggression in these par 5s. Way to stand up there and just hit the shot.
That would have been a good one to convert on. Instead, that'll be left for birdie. Chance now for another birdie. Well done. That one rolled in for a birdie. And this is turning into an absolute runaway at the top of the leaderboard. On to a tough one now, the par 4 14th, listed at 390 yards. Pot bunkers are the worry here. There are 5 of them to contend with all told, and none are easy outs. The green is a narrow one as well, with a good amount of tilt from back to front. So the great tee shot left him here, now his second from relatively close range. And that's going to leave some work, but it'll end up okay. 14 feet to the hole. Just needed a little bit more, but he couldn't quite get it there. That one finished off. It's in for par, and he'll remain well in control of this tournament. Four holes to go as we come to the par 3 15th, measuring at 206 yards. Best to avoid the short right bunker, which is the deepest on the golf course. Putting one in the center of this plateaued green is not a bad play here. Okay, center of the green. Good shot. Pretty big left to righter here for birdie. Well, that's definitely not an easy putt, but it's impossible if you don't hit it. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. Maybe the prettiest hole on the golf course, this par 4 16. A plethora of options off the tee. Most end up deciding to see just how close to the green they can get it. Beware, though, of the ever-present bend and dunes pot bunkers, as well as some pretty thick gorse off to the right.
Once again, another great tee shot. I'm starting to wonder, how low can you go? And the driving has been simply superb.
So from just off to the side of the green here, this is second to the par 4. Now this for another birdie. That a poor roll there. That is down for a birdie here at 16. And this one was over a while ago. This is just a walk in the park now. A lot of these holes here at Bandon Dunes have big, wide landing areas. That is not the case here at the par 4 17. You'll need to thread the needle here with bunkers on either side, thick rough on the left, and a canyon to the right. But a safe drive in the fairway can yield a pretty good look at your second.
Now that was 50-50 off the tee. Rough, fairway. I guess it was more than 50-50. Fairway's fine.
So after the fortunate kick, his second to the par 4.
In my book, that's a good shot. You could really aim at the middle of just about every single green. If you did it all day long, some of those would finish up close, and you'd have plenty of birdie putts.
Okay, that one finished off for a par. And he'll be unable to take that score any further under par. He'll stay right where he is. On to the home hole to wrap up the round here at Bandon Dunes. And after battling to get here, isn't it nice to have a birdie hole to take you to the clubhouse? That's what we have with this 558-yard par 5. Simply avoid the bunkers off the tee, and you should have a good chance to reach this green in 2. Yes, step one out of the way. It is in the fairway at 18. One more good approach shot could just about seal it. Definitely within range of getting home in 2. This, his second. Got every bit of that through all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. He's made one of these already. Another look now for eagle. Had a pretty good run at it. That would have been a nice eagle, but couldn't quite find the line. Chance now for another birdie. Yeah, that's well played. It's a birdie at 18, and that will just miss being around in the 50s. 2 putts here means it's a 60. Just a marvelous performance, Frank. Look, I know you love EA Sports. You play all the games. You might win Madden football by double digits, right? It is football, but in golf, double-digit victories, that's rare. That doesn't happen a whole lot.
You're right. It looked like we were playing Madden the way it was like, instead of touchdown after touchdown, it was, knock it to a foot, knock it to another foot, another birdie, another eagle. Just incredible. They just boat raced the field.
So, for Frank Nobilo, Nota Begay III, and Iona Stephen, I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour Golf.